Enter all who wish to hear the tale of our great kingdom and our king. Here beneath the soaring mountain, inside these castle walls, a place enchanting.
Hi, this is Matt from Progulator.com with the third and concluding portion of our interview with the Psychedelic Ensemble. So, next thing I would like to bring up is a little bit about what we talked about in our last interview. You had mentioned that you were currently kind of in negotiations with some higher education people about putting together a group, or they wanted you to do like a recording technology class, and your idea was, hey, pick 5 talented musicians, they form an ensemble, they write and perform prog. You teach them recording from the bottom up, including copywriting, packaging, distribution, all that kind of stuff. Did that ever materialize in any form?
I'm actually doing something like that right now, actually. I'm doing, we're not actually performing and recording, but we are working through, recording and then mastering techniques and things like that, and then end production stuff like, how do you copyright? And I mean, simple things really that you can kind of find on the internet, but I'm going through things like that. And advertising and so forth, sort of a kind of music business thing. But we're also doing a lot of technology stuff as well,
Very good.
Now, next year, what I'm hoping to do, I'm working with a dean of a school of music who is interested in having an actual group, and we're trying to hand select very, very top-notch people like, a bass player, a drummer, a really hot guitarist, hot keyboardist, and a really good vocalist, and put together this band. And they would be working at the graduate level and for 2 years, and their assignment, as it were, end project would be to put together, write, and record an entire album, and then release the album.
Very nice.
So we're in the process, I'm in the process of looking for really, really hot players, young guys or gals that would be interested in progressive rock and who can really, really play.
Very good, very good. Now, have you... now, I understand right now, if I recall from some of our emails, that you said you're also working with some young composers that are doing classical music?
I am. I'm actually producing an album right now. It's just about finished and should be released around the end of January.
Very good. Very good. So,
I'm doing all the production and mastering. So
very nice. So my next question then is, with kind of these ideas in mind, with what you're, kind of the ensemble that you're trying to perform, and the recent work that you've been doing with, these young classical composers and such, what, in your opinion, is kind of the direction or future of art music in, let's say in our country? I mean, I know, every country's climate's a little bit different. Probably every region's climate's a little bit different in terms of this thing. But what's kind of your take on where it's heading?
Well, a lot of young composers come to me and kind of ask the same question. And I say, I think the day of going out in a, black tuxedo and bow tie and playing the violin, for a select few who don't really like it anyway, they're there for show and, various reasons that probably aren't sincere regarding music anyway. But, I say to them, you've got to make a change. Something has to move forward. And a lot of the guys that I've been working with and a lot of the work that I've been doing myself involves multimedia.
Yeah.
So, it's sort of straight-ahead classical stuff, but it's also involving film and dance and narrating and, all kinds of different things. Not trying to turn it into a spectacle or something like that, but
sure.
Just trying to bring something more than just, some guy sitting there playing the cello for an hour and a half and boring everyone to death. And, it's just sort of become a kind of museum, these kinds of things. And I think it needs to move forward somehow. So, and I'm not talking about pandering, to audiences or anything like that. I think the music needs to maintain integrity and, be very rich and complex and so forth. But I think something else has to be brought to it. And, of course, that's my opinion, and there are lots of guys in the business who would disagree and say, I'm sticking to my guns and doing, what I've been doing for forever. But they're kind of spinning their wheels, especially in this country. I mean, I'm not young anymore, but when I was, there were lots of opportunities for young composers, to get orchestra performances and, readings of their works and so forth, and record labels too.
Right.
And all of that has just sort of disintegrated. Funding has been cut, and, of course, the whole record industry has changed and so forth. So now, what do you do? And how do you make a living doing this stuff? You've got to, change with the times,
Indeed.
And so that's what I've been doing.
Very good. Very good.
I did a film not so long ago. Worked with a guy here in New York who is a sort of avant-garde filmmaker, and we put together 5 films that show simultaneously.
Yeah.
And then I had 5 different ensembles, each accompanying one of the films, and it was really, really cool. And it was a big hit, and it went with the Museum of Modern Art and over to Berlin, and it was really quite a big hit, but quite avant-garde and strange.
Sure.
But I think that it was the combination, of all these films and the music and so forth that brought some kind of new life into, the theater, as it were. And audiences were very, very outspoken about it and said, very nice things, and critics too. So
very good. Well, I'm glad it went well. Congratulations on that.
No, thank you.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add, about the album or related things? Those are, mostly the questions that I had in relation to the album and whatnot.
No, I'm just very, very grateful to everyone who's buying the record and the very, very positive reviews that have come out. And thank Progulator very, very much for everything that you guys have done for the Psychedelic Ensemble.
No problem, our pleasure.
Terrifically supportive. It's really been a real boost.
Oh,
and
thank
deeply
you.
appreciated.
Thank you very much. No, I mean, we're big fans of the music, and it's good music, so hopefully that means we can get it in some people's hands, That's kind of the goal.
Yeah, and the thing that Tyson did with, and you were involved, I'm sure, with the promotion for the Dream of the Magic Jongleur was great, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time, It's been good talking with you. I, wish you the best of luck with everything, and thank you for doing an interview with us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. It's been terrific.